Hello, how are you guys doing today? My name, of course, is Fight and Flight, and I'm here to sit down and have another thought at you guys. So, it's coming to my attention that the Ferguson police are being deemed as racists for shooting black people. Well, as simple as that matter seems, I think there's a little more to the other side of this story than just cops murdering black people. If you haven't seen it in the news, apparently a couple cops killed a few black people. I don't really know the numbers off the top of my head. It's a little late. But I'm going to throw out a really large over stereotype over the African American people. Do not get angry until you finish hearing my statement. What if it was the black kid's fault? I'm just letting that hang out there for a minute. Just think about it. Hang on, before you write your nasty comment. Hang on. Let me explain my thought process, right? If you go to my school around here, again, I'm grossly over, stereotyping everyone, I'm sure, but you see kids that sag their pants, smoke pot, wear their music too loud, and generally hate society, and are not afraid to get into a fight, do not like the law, and will do everything to evade it. What if that was happening in Ferguson? I mean, it happens in Detroit, it happens everywhere. I mean, it's not like it's just a Wisconsin-specific thing. In fact, Wisconsin's probably the last place that you would think for this problem to occur. So, my thought process, right, is that, maybe the kids were roughing at the police a little bit, and the police actually had to defend themselves just as they're saying they did. I saw a picture of a guy holding up "racism kills." Well, why don't the people of that culture just lighten up a little bit? What happened to a gang being a brotherhood of people for, just friends, hanging out in a tree fort, or, hanging out a little hangout spot, not, roughing up the police and disrespecting authorities and whatnot. That's not what that's about. They took that and spun it so far out of control that now, when people start to put their foot down, they're thinking, whoa, racists here, look at, they're killing black people, even though they may or may not have deserved it. Now, I don't know, maybe they weren't doing anything. You can't really trust the news based on that. There's always bias in the news. You can read up all the news articles and then kind of formulate something, but really what you're formulating isn't necessarily right because it's always clouded by someone else's judgment. It's their opinion on something. It's never just the facts. You can never just get the facts. It's very hard to get that. Unless you can see it on camera, you know the backstory, and everything is printed clear in front of you, then you can only make a decision. I am just saying, before we throw up the racist flag, why don't we take a look at this and kind of think it through a little bit? Because as a society, we tend to just point a finger, say, you're Satan, and move on with the world. And that's not necessarily right. That's probably why we have a lot of innocent people in prison for life. I'm just saying. That's my thought for you guys today. Tell me what you think below. If you're still angry, give me a reason why, and I will gladly have this conversation with you. Thank you all for watching. Fight Flight sign out. Peace.